a James Gunn film directed by James Gunn. By James Gunn. So Superman is being sued by a bunch of people who don't want to show the movie?
Hey, hang on. Can I just jump in here? Are you doing a Superman review?
Yeah.
Can I join in?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Because that doesn't seem you know what you're talking about. Okay, so the movie starts with a bunch of text on screen, not like Star Wars, but just some backstory.
Which is good, because it feels like you stumbled across the movie halfway in while channel surfing. So like before the movie, Superman stops a war, and this made a lot of people very angry. And so the country sends this guy to go beat him up, and he did, and then Superman crashes into the Arctic like...
And then he decides to whistle for help.
And here comes Krypto with a steel chair!
And it turns out that the supervillain that kicks Superman's bum is not actually from the fictional country that's been made up. He actually works for Lex Luthor.
And he's like, I hate Superman so much! And then it turns out that the dictator from the evil country is working with Lex, and he's like,
I hate Superman too!
And then they had this whole bit about how nobody recognizes Superman when he wears glasses. Ridiculous. How can you put somebody in glasses and then not recognize him? I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Tolstoy.
Who are you? Where the heck did Jim go? Jim? Where are you, Jim? Jim? Oh, hey, Jim. Where'd that other guy go? And so then, Superman is flying, finding this giant monster, and trying to save people, and keep him from destroying the city, and stopping anyone hurt, and he swoops in, saves a squirrel, but then it looks like the monster, it's about to steal his zombie, and then all of a sudden...
Stand back, everyone, nothing here to see. Just in a danger in the middle of it, me.
Captain Castle shows up.
And then he's joined by Dora the Explorer, who's like, got wings, and she's like...
And that guy that's an X-Men, but he's not really an X-Men, because he doesn't know what... comic franchise he's in anymore.
Oh yes, he's like really, really smart. He's almost fantastic. And then, while all this is happening, Lex took his dog.
Superman's finally like, I'm going to find my dog, so I'm going to surrender to the government.
Wait a minute, he did that in the last Superman movie. And then they start fighting bad guys. And then Superman lets his clone get hit by a bus and gets sucked in a black hole, and he's like, ah! And so then Hawkgirl chases the dictator guy down, who is totally not the leader of an allegory for a real nation, and then she drops him out of the thing, and he's like...
And then Superman went to confront Lex Luthor, and Superman's like, it's over, Luthor.
And Lex is like, I hate you so much, Superman. And then here comes Krypto with a steel chair. And he's like, oh,
put out the bush root, put out the bush root.
And then Lex and all his lackeys end up going to prison, and Superman saves the day, and
all that jazz, everything is great. Did we miss anything, Krypto? A wolf. Yeah. Hello and welcome back to Spoilers
at the movies.
Yep, and we have both recently seen James Gunn's Superman, directed by James Gunn. So what did you think, Jim?
Oh, well, some parts of that movie I really, really enjoyed. I really liked.
Yes, I feel I'm in the same boat.
Other parts, they could have been done better.
Yes, there's certainly a lot of interesting choices. It felt like in some places Gunn was sort of fighting with himself, because he had the mission statement to try and do a Superman movie, but then there's a lot of stuff he usually does fighting to get in there.
Well, later on tonight you're gonna be laying down in your bed, and there's gonna be something squishy in your pillowcase, and you're gonna be like, what's this? And it's gonna be because I put a turd in there!
You put your turd in my bed, I shave you.
Oh, it won't be my turd. It'll be Drax's.
I have famously huge turds.
Yeah, I felt like, because DC is also known for like most of its darker tones and themes, I felt they were trying to throw jokes in there for the sake of having jokes to try and brighten it up a bit, which it didn't really need to be brightened up at certain parts. Like some jokes were like unnecessarily put in there, if you get what I mean.
I I feel like some jokes work, some jokes did, but that's the nature of comedy. It's all very not suggestive, subjective.
Subjective.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yes.
Like some of the characters worked really well. For example,
I suppose we should start with Superman himself, who was played by, what does your magic device say? David, I have no idea how to say that.
David Cornsweet?
Close enough. Yeah. I'd say he did a very good Superman. It was very earnest. And I feel that's an important thing about Superman. He's got to be earnest.
I felt like he did a good Superman. Parts of it, while watching it, felt like, and this could have been the director's decision, made him hold back. Because I've watched like a lot of Superman and read a lot of Superman stuff.
Yeah,
it felt like he was holding back a lot. Like, especially...
Are you talking like the actor holding back for whatever reason, or like Superman the character holding back?
Superman the character. But the actor did a good job. He did a good job.
Well, yeah, it's like, he's super strong, he doesn't want to actually hurt anybody. Like, he values life, because like there's a bit where he saves a squirrel when the monsters attack in the city. And then, like, at one point when he realizes engineer who he's fighting can, actually take a hit, all of a sudden, since she's bonded herself to his arm, he starts swinging around like a club while he's fighting the other guy.
That's one way of looking at it, yeah.
Because it's established that he's been Superman for 3 years, and, like, we open where, as the text says, he's lost a fight for the first time in his life, and so he goes to the Fortress of Solitude, where he has to have Crypto drag him in to, get healed up by all the robots and stuff, and then the movie goes on from there.
And speaking of Crypto, he is an absolute beast. He was an absolute MVP of that movie.
Oh,
I loved Crypto.
It's interesting because it's like, James Gunn struggled to write a Superman movie, then he got a dog, and he was like, oh, wait a minute, I can use this, and obviously Crypto is based off his dog, and so it's like, obviously this unruly adopted dog that he got, who's, made a huge mess, and he's like, obviously applied that to the movie by giving him superpowers.
Yeah.
Or it might be her, I'm not sure what the dog is. Irrelevant.
What did you think of Nicholas Hoult and his rendition of Lex Luthor?
I quite enjoyed it. It's interesting. While I don't want to throw shade at, Grandma's peach tea.
Do you know the oldest lion in America, Senator? Can I call you June?
You can call me whatever you like. Take a bucket of piss and call it Granny's peach tea.
Later.
I feel this is more in line with what you'd expect from a Lex Luthor, because he's simultaneously very smart, very charismatic. He obviously has a good rapport with all his employees at LexCorp, and he's also incredibly smart, but he's also the pettiest motherfucker around, because he locks his ex-girlfriends up in a parallel dimensions prison. He kidnaps Superman's dog, and he's also stupid enough to kidnap Superman's dog.
I thought his rendition of Lex Luthor was the best I've seen so far. Like, he played the methodical thing, like expressing his hate, yet still giving his like little workers commands and stuff to do. He shows his dominance and frustration. The whole thing about the world should revolve around him and no one else.
Yeah, it's like he knocks shit off the desk and he's like, pick that up!
Yeah. Alright.
And how about the leading lady, Lois Lane?
Lois Lane. It's a bit hard to judge Lois Lane.
Well, Lois Lane is a complex character. I'd say, for the most part, she was a reporter who got shit done. And I very much enjoyed apparently, that interview scene is 10 or something minutes long. Doesn't feel like, because it's really well shot and well paced.
I particularly like the scene when Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane are in the little tea ship, and Lois Lane started talking about her feelings towards Superman, and Mr. Terrific goes, "No, don't want to hear it."
Oh yes, it's fun because he's like, "Lady, I don't care."
Yeah, he doesn't care. But when soon as she said that he was going to dump him, he turns around and is like, "Are you serious?" Not as in like, are you serious? As in, you're gonna keep going with this, but more to me, it felt like more, are you serious? You're going to dump the world's strongest being? Are you crazy?
It's like the relationship feels a bit rushed, but at the same time, it's definitely something that comes from dropping us in a while ago, and then let's see who's next. Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen, he was a bit of a player.
But it's like if Crypto is the MVP, he's definitely up there with like probably second running, because it's like compared to the last Jimmy Olsen, who in the cut release defeaters, you don't even know his name. He's just some guy, and then it's like, hang on, this guy's got a thing in his camera.
It's okay, Lois. Ilaan tun tarayan na nakba generalin. Ile turagat inna da kagatanna timmignet.
Whereas in this one, he's pop relevant and proves instrumental in, exposing Lex's crime.
I felt he was more of a reporter than he was an actual photographer.
I think that's been like a thing in the comics.
Yeah.
Like because I remember in Superman Returns that like at one point he gets good, because like this was taken by a 13-year-old with a cell phone. Where were you, Olsen?
Now let's go on to the main man himself, Nathan Fillion.
Yes, Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner, whose previous DC credits include Arm Following Off Guy in James Gunn's Suicide Squad, Green Lantern Hal Jordan in various animated projects.
Give up? Please say no.
You'll never catch me, Lantern.
Lots of women say that.
And I'm pretty sure there's something I missed. Oh yes, he's in every Guardians of the Galaxy movie in some way or form. I'd say he perfectly embodied the character very well. Probably a little old, but then he plays the part exceptionally well. I would be very surprised if there aren't more scenes where, in the comics, in that way, he interacts with Lois, because it seems like such a natural conflict of personalities there.
I enjoyed his Guy Gardner. I, however, did not enjoy the costume.
Well,
the costume seemed more CW.
Well, that's it. It's like, this is terrific straight-out comics, whereas Green Lantern and Hawkgirl both have offshoots of that for some reason, and I'm sure they'll explain that at some point, hopefully.
And speaking of Hawkgirl, like, I felt like sometimes her screech or her scream wasn't really necessary in some part.
I feel like it seemed almost like a joke the first time it happened, and then she just kept doing it.
Like, I get it, like, you're about to go into battle, screech once, start waving around the mace, that's all you need to do. Not every time you go to take off, you screech. So negatives, I would say some of the characters were done poorly, but some characters were good.
I feel very conflicted with Metamorpho, because obviously he's just there because he's able to generate any element, and so Lex obviously roped him in to generate kryptonite, and that's literally all he's there for, and then to help Superman escape from the prison, and then it's like, otherwise he sort of just drops out of the movie, and then it was something of definitely a meme with his son, baby Joey. It's like, why is the baby there? You probably didn't need that.
So the story, I felt, could have been good, but some parts weren't needed and they were lacking.
It's interesting because apparently it was meant to be framed as like it's a day in the life of Superman, like a week in the life of Superman. Like it was meant to have like the text of each day pop up in certain scenes, and you can definitely see it if you look for it in the actual movie. But otherwise, it's very entertaining. Any positives, Jim?
Positives? It's great to watch with the family. My kids enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's good to see some other heroes and other Easter eggs being brought into the DC universe that most people won't know about, like Metamorphoso Man. Most people won't know who Guy Gardner is. They only know Hal Jordan or John Stewart. Hawkgirl, they obviously know. Mr. Terrific, they'll probably only know him from the CW series. But yeah, it was a fun movie to watch with the family.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. As I said, it's nice to have a Superman who feels genuine. Like, obviously, you understand his deal, and like, the relationship with Crypto, it's like, it's different from how it normally is, and then, like, at the end, there's the surprise cameo of Supergirl, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
And which leads on to the next movie that's going to be coming out soon.
Yeah, I believe.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, I think it's called.
Oh, something like that. Come out next year. Look out for the spoilers for that, I guess. Yes.
The only bad representation of a Superman characters that I thought personally was John and Martha Kent.
Really?
They made them too hillbilly compared to, like, you will see all the other movies.
Well,
where they're not that much of a hillbilly.
Well, like, they're Midwestern, you know, Kansas parents. Like, they're only in, like, 2 scenes. Like, you got that one scene where, like, they say hello to Clark over the phone, and then when Clark crashes to recover at the farm. And then, of course, there's that whole bit with Superman's biological parents. It's like, there's no Russell Crowe, but it's interesting how there's, like, a whole thing that's like, a couple of alien scientists desperately send their son to a planet to save him, and then also like, oh yes, take over the planet and, you know, start a home and, you know, repopulate the Kryptonian race. That was... I'd suspect we'll find more about that, but anyway. Ratings, Jim.
Ratings? For being the second feature in the James Gunn DC Universe, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'll give it a generous 4, but I suppose I'd say see it in the theatres if you can. It's a good time. Otherwise, get it on streaming or, you know, DVD if they still fucking sell DVDs.
Hang on, pause. There's shit. Wait for streaming. Get it on. See it in theatres or buy it on Blu-ray.
Alright.
Give it a go.
My rating would probably be wait for streaming.
Really? I'd say buy it on Blu-ray. So that comes to an average of... I don't know what the average is on the rating system, but, like, here's a good movie. If you like Superman, what are you waiting for? Go see it.
Bye-bye.
Until next time, folks.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some might...
It's a lot of fire.
It's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny?
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of the United States.
I wasn't representing anybody except for me.
Around the world.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Your choices. Your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.